So I'm going to share a little bit about how we use ChatGPT in order to analyze the data from those Facebook campaigns, and then how we use that data and whatever ChatGPT tells us to make the next campaign a little bit better. So that's the plan for today's video, and let's get straight into ChatGPT. All right, guys, so we are here in ChatGPT. I downloaded the data from our previous campaigns and gave it to ChatGPT with all the amount spent, impressions, cost per leads, etc., all that stuff, and put it into ChatGPT here and asked it to summarize the data from these two campaigns. So there's a previous campaign that we did and then this one. And now it summarized the data here, and here's just data of the campaign. It's not, both these campaigns were not the best campaigns perhaps, but they are a start. So now we have a little bit of data. So now we have something that we can work on. So the way we do this with Nordic Dudes is that we just take the data from Facebook and then put it into ChatGPT here and ask ChatGPT to analyze the data and then help us make a decision and find ways we can improve our campaigns and our ads and all that. So just to give you guys a little bit of a big picture here, it summarized it quite nicely. So campaign 4 outperformed campaign 3, and then manual and advantage. These are the two ad sets. So that's manual targeting and then advantage plus targeting, and both worked in the campaign 4. The OG text one, which is an ad, the name of an ad, which is the one that performed the best. And then we also made in this specific in these campaigns a lookalike, but that didn't go really well. So it says your lookalike testing did not get enough budget delivery to really matter. And I've done in the past tried to do this and it never really performed. So we're probably going to cut it now, or we will cut it. I've already completed the entire process here and set everything up. So I'm just going to walk you guys through this. And then I asked it here, based on the data from these campaigns, what can we improve for the next one? So it says here that the OG text 1 is the king. The campaign 4 structure worked with the Advantage Plus and manual audiences, and simple copy beats clever copy. So what we focus on with our ads is that we try to keep the copy as simple as possible and as easy to understand as possible, so we can convey as much information as we can with as little words as we can. And campaign 3 did not work. Text A and B, which are two other ads that we did with different texts but the same image, they didn't work either. And then the lookalike didn't really work that well either. So here are what the best improvements, or what ChatGPT recommends with the improvements, is double down on this ad OG text 1, cut the weak ads, so that's text A and B, refine the manual targeting, try splitting the audiences. So for example, gym versus Viking, humor versus hockey, to see which groups scale the cheapest, creative refresh, and then do a budget split, so 70-80% into Advantage Plus and manual with OG text 1, and then 20 to 30% for each fresh test ad, a new copy or a new angle, something like that. And then we'll skip the lookalike for now. So we then I just asked ChatGPT here to help me walk through this and get those results that it recommends, or get the campaign that it recommends. And so the first step here was then to this doesn't really change anything with the ad copy, so we have to pick a challenger. So this challenger will be the name of the second ad, or the new ad that we're going to create. And he just asked it to pick a challenger here. So the primary text will be, it recommended here, forget dragons, the real enemy, thigh chafe, which I thought was a little bit funny, but I wanted to change it a little bit. So the challenger is number 2, forget dragons, blah blah blah. which it picked, and then I had to change things here a little bit. So change the primary text to "Forget dragons, the real enemy, being unprepared at the beach." And then the headline should be "Pack like a Viking," same as the OG ad. So that's what we did for that ad. So now the primary text for this second ad is "Forget dragons, the real enemy, being unprepared at the beach." And then headline "Pack like a Viking," and then the I won't have a description, and then the CTA will just be "download." And then I asked it, create an image, what image should I have for this ad? Sorry about that. And then it kind of explained a little bit what image it should have, and then I asked it to create the image, and it created this image, which I wasn't really happy about, but you never really get the perfect image on the first try. So I asked it to refine it here a little bit, remove any text in the image and make it more animated, and it created this. And then make the Viking a little bit more muscular and a bit fat. Since we're focusing on people with big legs, we want to cater to that a little bit and want whatever we portray in those images to be people or be something with big legs. Like if it's a Viking or whatever it is, we want it to have big legs. Make it a little bit fat. The Viking on the left should also be in black swim shorts. So I want the Viking to be in swim shorts. And then it created this this image, which was great. And what I did was I then really liked this image, and I went into Canva, and then I just adjusted the aspect ratio of the image, and just did a few adjustments to change, like brightness and color and temperature of the image a little bit, just to make it look a little bit better. I then continued here because I tried a couple of other images just to see if it could come up with anything else. It didn't really come up with anything that I liked, and so I'm going to stick with this one for now. And I just then put here, I chose this image for the Challenger ad. Please also give me the primary text and the headline for this ad. So we have now this image with the primary text, "Forget dragons, the real enemy, being unprepared at the beach." And headline is "Pack like a Viking," and then description we won't have, and then the CTA is "download." And then I just continued like this. And how should we structure this campaign? So the way I'm going to structure it, that is going to be a lead generation or conversion, same as before with checklist opt-ins. Then I'll run 2 ad sets. So one's going to be Advantage Plus audience, and then another one's going to be a manual audience. And that will have keywords like Viking, gym, humor, and then it will focus on the countries: Sweden, the US, UK, Germany, Ireland. And those are the ad sets. And then I'll have the OG ad, which is the one that performed really well. And then this new ad that I just created will be the second ad. So it will be 1 campaign, 2 ad sets, and then 2 ads in every ad set. So it will be a total of 4 ads. And then it will have the OG in Advantage Plus, the Challenger in Advantage Plus, and then OG in the manual, and then the Challenger in the manual. The budget split will be, right now we're not testing that much, so we're testing very carefully because we don't want to burn all the money that we have on ads. So we're testing a little bit and just seeing what works and what doesn't work. So we're only doing $20 a day, which is not a lot at all. I know there's people who spend way more than that, but we're early in our journey, so we're testing with a little bit. So we'll probably do about 70%, maybe 80% will be on the Advantage Plus, and then the rest will go to the manual ad set. And here's just a little bit of rules for testing. So let each ad spend about $30 to $40. If the Challenger cost per lead is within 50% of the OG text one, keep testing. If the Challenger cost per lead is way higher, kill it fast, and then we'll just keep going with the OG text one. And we'll always keep OG text one running since it's always been performing so well. And that's pretty much it. What I'm going to do now is just put all this stuff into Facebook ads, and then I'll set all that up and then I'll launch the campaign, and then we'll see how it goes. And I'll have a look and see once each ad has spent about $30 to $40. I'm going to see what the performance on each ad is, and then we'll decide if we're going to kill the challenger ad or if we're going to keep going. We'll have to see. But this is how we at Nordic Dudes test our ads and how we test everything. So, you know, that's how we test it. And it might not always be great, and we don't always use AI generated images. Sometimes we create our own images. It always depends a little bit, and we test around and see what works and what doesn't work. But what's very nice with AI and the ChatGPT is that you have this assistant just on your, like right here, that you can use to help you analyze your ad. It doesn't just have to be ads, but you know, you can analyze these ads with ChatGPT, and it can help you find things that you maybe didn't think you want. It could, like things you maybe wouldn't have tested or things you wouldn't have seen. So it analyzes it and then just gives you a pretty good overview of how a campaign performed, and then you can use that to improve your campaign and test differently and test around and see what works and what doesn't work. So in that way, we find it really useful for our campaign testing and our Facebook ads testing. But you know, some people might prefer to do it a different way. We really like it this way, and it has been working well for us. We had a couple of campaigns before these two that performed really well, and they gave us a lot of signups into our email list and our newsletter. But that's the video. I appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. Please, if you like the videos, please like it and subscribe. And also, if you enjoy what we do and you're interested more in what we do at Nordic Dudes and building the business, we have a weekly newsletter that you can sign up for. I'll put that in the description where you can sign up if you want to. Anyways, I hope you have a nice day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.